Hey there, everyone. So we are back at it again for another classic matchup. Oh my gosh, I'm excited to share this match with you guys today. You guys have probably heard of the Honinbo series. And this is going to be a match with none other than Go Seigen, who predominantly is like the godfather of Go, at least in the modern era. Now, Shusaku taking precedence over that. But this is the very first Honinbo series, all the way back in 1939. This was played on January 1st, the new year. And what better way to do it than to start off the new year with a New Year's game? So that was just a coincidence. I had no idea this was played on New Year's, but I was like, you know what? I'm curious to know the classic matchup because we just went over Takemiya's not too long ago, and so let's go over Go Seigen. So this is the first Honinbo matches during the third preliminary round, and this is Shino Hara Masami playing as the White Stone versus Go Seigen playing as the Black Stones. And so we have standard openings currently right now for both players. They are taking the proper opening. And we're looking at the board position right now. It looks like Go Seigen really wants to build this outside influence right here, going in line with the 4-4 positioning that he opened with on the top and bottom right hand corner of the map, and so we're just gonna have to wait and see. And now we're getting into this weird variation right here. Now this is a very old variation. I think this is like super old school Joseki. I don't think AI recommends this type of pattern anymore, but the idea is to pretty much force the opponent to take bottom side corner right here on the bottom, forcing the capture of the 2 stones. Now, again, I'm not well versed in Joseki. I'm just basing it off of what I'm reading currently with what's being provided for me. But you know, I would love to see Black playing right here, just taking the outside. There is a cutting point right here for Black, and you know, pushing the opponent on the third line is, yeah, it's not a bad idea at all to push everyone, the opponent on the third line. He does have a cluster of 5 stones right here, and he's investing quite a bit. Now, for modern playstyles, in my opinion, for modern playstyles, this is an over concentration of stones. And as we've said in the past broadcasts, every stone that you place, you want it to be as efficient as possible. You want it to either gain territory or at least gain sente. But if you're clustering your stones up together, chances are you were not having the momentum with sente, and chances are you were being very hyper defensive. And so that's what we see on the white player, at least in the left side of the corner. But again, who am I to say? These are 8-dan professional players. I am a single digits Q player, you know, 4Q, 5Q, 6Q, somewhere around there. And so what they're playing might be like big brain move, if you pardon my modern linguistics here. So anyways, but we do see a beautiful development of the top mid-side board right here. Now white is going to try to take the bottom side of the board right here, and you know, I'm not too thrilled about white's position currently. White does have some territory, don't get me wrong. White does have some territory. White has a little bit of territory right here, on the top left side and the bottom left side. But I would love to see a white stone coming in at the approach right here on either side to kind of break up Black's moyo. But white is trying to defend the bottom left side corner, and you know, Black just getting an extension here looks really nice for the Black stones, or even defending the cut right here might be really nice as well. If white does play here, Black might just sacrifice the 2 stones, which I don't think Black should. So yeah, we're just gonna have to wait and see. Looks like Black did take a large knight's enclosure right here, preventing white from expanding slightly further on the bottom right hand side of the board. But now we do see, we're seeing a long extension from the 4-4 position. We do see white coming in to try to reduce, aiming at this cut later on to kind of split black's forces apart. But we do see white, coming in and trying to disrupt. But in all honesty, I really like black's position, not because Go Seigen is playing it, but we can see how black stones are talking to each other. This white stone is all by themselves. These two stones right here are by themselves. And also this group right here is all by themselves. And so at least for me, it looks like as the black player right here, you're going to have less to worry about since your stones are connected. Again, it's all about the efficiency of the stones and how much energy we need to invest in saving our groups. The more groups that we have, the more energy we need to kind of divert away rather than focusing on a main big group. Now we do see again white creating another group right here, going in for the 3-3 invasion on the top right hand corner of the board. Black is now going to build that wall, playing into the strength of this stone right here at the L17 position, potentially weakening the J16 stone. And so we can pretty much see that there's going to be a nasty attack right here in the top left hand side of the board. But white does have to find a way to kind of play and survive in the right hand side. I mean, you're investing the invasion, so you want to at least make sure the invasion is properly managed. Now this is a very interesting variation. We actually don't see the Kosumi right here all too often anymore in modern games. AI does say that it's okay to kind of shoulder hit underneath the R13 stone, but having black play there surrounding white, now white really has to find a way to kind of protect themselves. With that extra stone right here in the S14 position, you do have a little bit more extra space to create some eye shape. But it's looking not too good for the white play right here. White could have Haned first and tried to escape out, but now white is really constrained in the top right hand corner. If white survives, white successfully has invaded, but only gained about 2 or 3 points for this invasion. Black gaining the outside influence with a supporting stone on the outside already. We can see that the corner in relation to the amount of territory that black is potentially gaining right here is roughly around equal, if not more, for the black player. And so I believe black is very satisfied with this. You can see the big wall right here, the big wall right here, and a tiny little white stone in the center. There's going to be an attack very soon for this white stone. Now, black is really just forcing white to capture this one stone, preventing any kind of shenanigans coming in from the right-hand side. And I would love to see black like jumping up right here, forcing white to kind of run out. But it looks like Go Seigen has another strategy in mind, disrupting the right hand side of the board now, preventing white from creating a successful living corner group right here, or side group, sorry. And so we're just gonna have to wait and see what's going to happen here. Black coming in to protect the peep and protect the corner, because black just lost a corner. And so now white pushing on the black stone. Now black could cut, but yep, there we go. Now we do see black extension building the rectangular box of doom for the white. Now this is a humongous side for our black player, getting all this territory for every move black makes. Look at, he's gaining 8 lines of territory for every jump that he does. So this is not too shabby for a one stone play. You gain 8 territory points. That's a really good trade. Albeit it's not as efficient, because again, this is a 5 stone wall. You want to be around 6 spaces away, but in the mid game, this is actually fairly okay. We do see now white trying to build a nice fortitude on his stick over here, and creating some supporting stone right here to build a wall on the bottom right hand side. Later on, if black chases this stick out And hopefully if white does have supporting stones right here, then the stick can just run to a living group. And as white is running, he's also weakening black's Moyo here later on. Now black is going to start solidifying his territory right here. White is now going to be going on the offensive, reducing black's influence in the center, trying to gain control. And we do see now a wall being built right here, facing in the direction of black's group over here. So it would not surprise me if white decides to play a reducing move over here later on in the game. Now, white is going to be pressing black onto the third line right here, forcing black to stay contained in the bottom right-hand corner. But as of right now, if we were to take a look at territorial position, let's just count how many territory black has. Black has approximately this group right here, maybe slightly less. We do see a solid bottom right hand corner for black. We do see a couple points right here for black's positioning, as well as a couple points here. Now we do have a couple white stones here facing in black's territory, so we can't really say that this is black's territory just yet, depending on how white wants to play. Now we take a look at white's territory. We do see white having this a little bit right here, this little bit right here, as well as these couple stones over here on the left side of the board, and just maybe a couple right here. So it's a fairly even game as of right now, at least just looking at the approximation of the area that we are currently circling. It is fairly even, but I still prefer black's positioning in this trade, just because black has, I think, slightly less groups than white. Let's see, black has how many groups right here? We know we have one group right here, two group, three group, four groups. So black has four groups, white has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 groups. So we do see 4 groups to 5 groups, which means the amount of energy that black is going to be spending is not going to be super high in relation to white. White has to pay attention to 5 separate groups, while black has a 1 less. Now we do see a nice, beautiful wall being built on the bottom left-hand side of the board. Another extension right here will kind of build a really nice amount of territory. And it can fortitude for the attack coming in on this stick over here. Now I'm really focused on this group because this is, in my opinion, the weakest group on the board. There is a vital point, a poke right here, and we do see now black squeezing white's positioning right here with a potential wedge later on. White is going to start running away towards the living group on the bottom. We do have a lot of supporting stones now, but we're just going to have to wait and see how black is going to respond. It would be nice to kind of just have a white stone right here expanding outwards, and like I said, as we're building strength running, we can have a couple reducing moves later on. And so and this is just what I'm seeing, at least as you guys who are DDKs trying to become SDKs, this is the kind of moves that you kind of want to kind of think about as you're going forward. Like, what is your plan of attack? Now in my SDK mind, that is a reasonable plan. And it's really nice to see that pros are thinking very similarly. Now, granted, is there anything else that the pros are thinking about when they're doing this move? I have no idea. But it's really cool to see strategies unfold live during a game. And so we do see black now extending out, reducing the amount of white's potential in the center side of the board. White, again, doing the same thing, but black just needs to extend right here. And this is essentially a very strong shape. I don't think white can do too much. Now, the empty triangle is a very interesting move. It prevents a shape point for white to kind of do a tiger's mouth facing outwards. And so it's reasonable, albeit not the most efficient shape. I believe there might be better moves elsewhere, but you know, who am I to say? We do see a couple peeps and pokes right here. We can see black potentially splitting this white stick up if black decides to run upwards, but we're just gonna have to wait and see. White is going to try to build a dead shape right here if possible, but white needs to kind of protect their fortitude first. Black might just play right here. Yep, making the tiger's mouth, preventing any type of shenanigans from happening, as well as potentially attaring this singular white stone right here. Now, white, being a little constrained, is going to start reducing as much as white can. Again, like I said, the vital point right here, or the shape point and the vital point for this shape, was at the K15 positioning. And so we're just gonna have to see. Black should extend and connect. We don't want to have any type of pokes and peeps right here, because that would be detrimental to the overall livelihood of this group. We do have the Atari on these two stones on the top left-hand side of the board. So while white is building nice bamboo shape, black might be thinking about jumping out and escaping very, very soon. But we're just gonna have to wait and see here. Now, white is poking and prodding, and this is such a nice move because the double Atari right here on these two stones is going to be coming up. But if black is allowing white to come in and enter, why not? White could Hani right here, or white could clamp on this singular stone and really, really wreak some havoc, potentially doing a double Atari later on, if possible. And so, and again, this is a Go Seigen game. Now, I haven't studied Go Seigen all too much. In all honesty, this is actually one of the very first games that I've witnessed of his. And for this to be a Honinbo series, I'm thoroughly enjoying the play style. Now, if you guys have just seen the last cast with the European pro players, you can see the difference in strategies, the difference in how groups are managed on a board. We can see that with a lot of the Japanese players, professional players, we do see a lot of beauty in their work, a lot of connectiveness, at least from my viewing of these types of games. Now, with the European players that we saw last time, it was an amazing change in approach to the game itself. A lot of groups were left hanging, but it wasn't that the groups were left hanging and nothing was happening. It was the groups were left hanging and it was still in a very prime position to work with Aji later on. And I thought that was such an amazing change. And so I hope you guys are seeing that same behavior right here. But we're going to go straight into, I think this is probably towards endgame at this point. I don't see too much more in terms of territory that is going on right here. We do see a lot of reducing moves. White needs to play right here to kind of solidify a little bit of this territory, albeit it's very small. We do see the clamp happening right here, which is awesome. Again, black has to either capture or prevent the clamp, but we can see white forcing black to take here. Ooh, not yet. That is interesting. White is going to step on down, and black is gonna Hane. And white cannot really respond to this. White has to kind of jump away, jump back, protect the cut, or totally ignore and try to cut off these 4 stones right here. Interesting. I don't think that's gonna do too much. I mean, it's a great reducing move. If white is able to make a dead shape right here, that is even better. And white is going to try to reduce the eye space down to 1. Remember, 1 eye is not enough. You gotta have 2 eyes. And so black is like, you know what? If you're gonna reduce my eye shape, I need to make more. Just 1 more extension right here makes the 2nd eye. And white is like, okay, well, I'm just gonna box you in. And so I think that was, I'm not sure if that was something that was meant to happen. But I guess there is a Miai situation where if black plays here, or if black extends out and disrupts this bottom group right here, that might be something to consider. Now, we do have a cut coming up very soon, and we do have a push and clamp. So how is white going to respond to this? White's going to seal. Black is most likely going to cut this group and then extend and potentially connect back up later on. And so we do see the solidification of black's potential right here. We have black's nice big pocket right here. We do see white really trying to prevent black from getting that second eye, but I don't think this is going to be a dead shape. I mean, black has a couple forcing moves right here that doesn't really need to worry too much about eye shape right now. Black is going to take. Yeah, black is going to take. And this most likely might be Time Suji. Again, these matches happened way back in the past, so I don't know what the time conditions were for these plays. But again, this is one solid eye. So now white does have to kind of play over here to kind of stop the eye from forming. Good. But again, black might... I don't know. This is really sketch right here. So I'm not too sure. If black plays here, I think that is good to go. Worst case scenario for white in this case is that it's a Seki. Again, there's Miai right here. So white plays here to kill the eye. Black plays here at A6 to prevent Seki. Right? I think that's what's going to happen for this left group right here. If black plays... Oh. Can white do anything about this? That is interesting. I was for sure that black would play here. No, but yeah, playing here. Okay. Again, Tetsuji. My Tetsuji is not too strong. So I'm guessing this is a Seki position because white cannot extend either way. It's a bent 4, which is a Tetra shape, which is a living shape if white plays first. So if white plays first, black is going to stay alive because that is means for 2 eyes. But this is Seki. White cannot fill in the liberties. Otherwise, black survives and gains those points. So now I actually have no idea who's in the lead. If this is Seki, black doesn't gain these points, nor does white. So let's take account. I mean, black has this big territory right here. Black has these points over here. Black has these points over here. And white has this. White has this. White has these points right here, as well as a little bit of this and this. Oh my gosh. Oh, and don't forget a little bit of this point up here, albeit black still has a couple reducing moves. Oh, this looks to be like a very close game. I mean, if we're just eyeballing my circles here, it's looking to be a very close game for black or for white. And it really, I think it comes down to endgame at this point. White can peep right here, poking, threatening to save the 2 stones and cut through black's little bit of territory. That is pretty nice. Ooh, white can come under and connect the 2 groups together. Ooh, that's really nice too. So, but I'm thinking black. What is black to do in this situation? I mean, this is a very interesting situation to be in. Atari in this area, maybe? I'm not too sure. There is a double Atari coming up for all of these stones. White has to extend right here to prevent all those cutting. Okay. Not too sure if that is something. Yeah, not too sure. Black is going to come in reducing white. That is fair game. White's going to extend here. Nope. White is not going to extend. And, you know, you guys can see how different players played back then prior to AI. I mean, AI just came out in 2015. This game was played in 1939 during the Honinbo series. And so this is just a craziness of a game right here. And so we do see the connection hopefully coming up very soon. Is white going to connect here at A12? That would be pretty fun. White is not. White's going to prevent the I don't think white needed to play there. in all honesty, I mean, black already has to solidify anyways. So playing here seemed like a time Suji move because white didn't know what to play, so just played there just for the sake of it. But I'm pretty sure white could just play elsewhere. Doesn't have to play in that position. Black can't play there because that's a self-Atari. So I can see Atari, another one. Nope. Black is going to connect right here. And yeah. So, but I'm hoping that you guys are enjoying this match right here. It looks to be like this is closer to endgame right now. So the players are going to be speeding up slightly in their playstyles, and they're just going to solidify. So we do have a Seki situation. Now black group in the bottom left-hand corner right here is completely surrounded. This is going to be a Seki. So it just comes down to endgame at this point. And if you guys are enjoying these series, please let me know. I would love to do more classics, maybe a Shusaku game in the future. But if there is a game that you guys do want me to cast, please write it down in the comments section below. Let me know which one you are interested in seeing, and I'm hoping that we do have record of it. Again, this is a website that is currently in beta testing, so I'm really loving the site so far. It's very simple to use. It's very easy to kind of do commentary work on it. So, but yeah, do let us know if there is a specific game that you are interested in seeing. So, yep, this is all endgame moves right here. And we are down to the last, I think, several moves now. And so, yeah. But it looks to be like a very close game. I'm not too sure who is the winner yet, unless a player makes some drastic error, which I don't think so. These are 9 Dawn professional players. They're not going to make any type of error. We do see the 1 eye for this group, but too bad that we can't just push and cut through. If we had a code threat, we could, but for this case, it isn't. So we are just playing endgame. And yeah, that is it for the game. We have a couple push right here. Some solid connection right here would be nice. Yep, there we go. Let me see. Is there anything else to kind of pay attention to? Connect, push down, and I think that is GG. There's a couple more Dame points right here, 1, 2, but I think both players are in agreement that this is just Dame left. There really isn't anything much more. And the winner of this match is black. Go Seigen being the winner of the first Honinbo third preliminary round by 1.5 points. This was such a close game. This was an amazing game. I wonder if he's able to kind of get the extra point. Maybe white plays here and here, maybe, or black plays here, kind of forcing white to do something here. Maybe not, I don't know. But this was such an amazing game, and I hope you guys enjoy. Again, let us know what type of games you guys would want to see us casting. And until next time, we will see you guys in the next episode. Take care, everybody.